Hello everyone, I hope you're very good. I'm Veronique and I'm back with a new video focused on scope international society. So I'm carrying on with the dissertation of the Ministry of Defense. This time is focused on the first example of the dissertations that are made in the first places. So it's linked to the second dissertation. So let me start it. So why did I choose to write on this subject? The subject of additive manufacture, the chosen mode. This is an important piece of work because organizations today are challenging with the development of change market due to the change of the market and by all the supplier. Fortunately, to overcome that challenge, organization technology has to be developed and be able to control the supply chains. So the study discussed about the impact supply chain efficiency can develop to the ISO for AM at MOD. AMC is a progressive technology that can optimize and convey it as an exceptional quick lead time and develop the market, make client devotions and grab and sell opportunity to meet the progress of the supply chains. So it is an opportunity to respond to that focus on the supply chains area in the logistic. The topic is very broad. In the traditional supply chains, the business has to go in different steps for the manufacturing process and to the end the customers. It requires a lot of process to undertake to deliver it to the final destinations the right materials. Made that based on mode and additive manufacturing, I was really focused on the fact that more operation in the side of the logistics side. I believe that the military efficiency in the logistics based on the operation side. Based on the background of supply chains, I believe I chose that topic to strengthen my knowledge in the supply chains area and see how in the world of the military the accuracy of the supply chains and the efficiency are made. So let me start by give you a discuss about the literature review of the second dissertations or the first dissertations. So I will definitely start, as I said earlier, the second dissertation look like the first dissertation in terms of the main body of the literature review. So I'm going to start with the methodology. So the methodology of the first dissertation, ontology has the functions to analyze the internal and external factor of something that has been developed. Alan Ema 2015. In addition, the method of the dissertation is ontology because the military of defense and organizations are willing to develop the supply chains by developing the standard to the development of 3D prints and material additive manufacture to make themselves more agile. This is referred to as the external factor that can affect the supply chains of mode. In addition to that, the external factor that can affect the supply chains of mode as the researcher found. In addition, this method of the research is ontological and objectivist because it implies the social phenomenon that affect the supply chains of mode. This is referring as an external factor that can affect the supply chains of mode. In addition, this method of the research is ontological and objectivist because it implies a social phenomenon that affect the external factors such as a mode are currently lack of standard to take opportunity of the market, and because some organizations are also making a research on the MM technology to be more effective through the supply chains. Ontology objectivist is the right method to choose because this method discusses rules and regulations that organization adhere the standardizations produced to making a research of additive manufacture technology to be more effective through the supply chains. Ontology objectivity and is the right method to choose because this method discusses rules and regulations that organizations adopt via standardization procedures to make things there. But ISO standard is not only issued, the other challenge that affect the supply chain are the strategy alliance productions, inventory technology, benchmarking, operational quality assurance via the supply chains that discussed via the M and the objective literature review. Fortunately, literature review discuss a breadth or M, an objective which develop the use of the secondary academic data of the user of the journal, books, article, and website. The next paragraph talking about is talk about the supply chain in agile manufacturing. M, how supply chain can generate an agile, high-quality material through strategic alliance. Objective: why a production and collaboration between stakeholders can positively affect the supply chains. The industry are developing the supply chains in the more agile. To elaborate that, they are set a strategic alliance within the supply chains, including the list of component partners, which is considered such as confidentiality, technology, investment, regulations, which would challenge the supply chains. To overcome the list of elements, the organization must share data and information to make high-quality material. This is often for objectives to senior customer loyalty, superior share information, decrease cost, long trusting, and a poor price by means of the supply chain. So the product within the supply is a river device because it can influence the inventory stock. But the organization can be challenged due to unpredictable order change from the client that after the production's arrangement likely to the organizations. It is an event that utilizes the change productions plan that can assess the figure within the breadth and long term with the utilizes the master productions plan that can assess the figure within the breadth and long term with the master production schedule that can stimulate the forecasting in the short and long term with the use of software such as computer aided manufacture, computer aided stock transport, computer aided design, and computer aided engineer, as the software can edit and extract real-time data, advanced data. Agile manufacturing and additive manufacturing. And how agile manufacture, additive manufacturing, product development impact the process of finished product objectives. How material management can impact the advancement technology. Agile manufacturing make organization independent and make them to be flexible, responsible to the quick change adversary. But additive manufacturing can be a challenge through its advanced and product development. Can be a challenge through its advancing and product development in a technology and challenge. Can create a need for interpretation for client crisis on a distance interface. Luckily, the program computer aided manufacturers, computer aided production planning, computer aided design has been said already can share information in the progress sometime recently and in century issue. But all panel must have the capacity to get or have the technology to its organizations to overcome any issue. And project development could be a challenge with too poor interface, adapt interface, and complexity of the project development. Fortunately, the organization should share interface and adapt the design according to the interface and make all stakeholders collaborate about the progress of the project development. Additive manufacturing can deliver inbound the product finish with a list of material and technology that can meet the material, but organizations are challenging utilization of the proper material agree to the technology. To overcome that, it has been found that the organizations are to select the prospect provided to add additive manufacturing can optimize the stock. Since not organizations who utilize additive manufacturing doesn't depend on the security. But the organization can be challenged with the oversee the stock due to over the top and insignificant stock, insufficient of the stock, the reorder, all the stock card, out of date quality of stock reorder, with stock card and out of date quality. This is an inconvenience as AM 3D print material and technology are relatively costly. To optimize the cost and invest, the organization should know the type of productions the item will be processed and also choose the right inventory control according to the project classification via the supply chains. AM and ISO and Y standardizations customer and vendor are certified data enabling efficiency, agile 3D printing or product by implementing the benchmarking objective. How that quality assurance of agile 3D print certification impact the complex geometry design is so standard make the organizations to work together and facilitate international trade by implementing the benchmark and quality assurance. Benchmark can create the partner executions executed common code to require the opportunity or showcase at the advantage of whole partner, such as break the barrier between partners, the advancements of intensity, encouragement, worldwide exchange, create successful utilized for organization. But AM may be a challenge with the need of standardizations that moderate the advance of innovations, arrangement control, likely to overcome that organizations can choose to degree and put a vita between the partner to set a common code of productions, portions in additive manufacturing. Quality assurance can prepare benchmark tests, continue quality parameters, supply and tests, and give a list of ISO such as ISO 101, 902, 9003, 9004 to move forward to the plan of materials and progress the client basket. But additive manufacture could not be challenged with the complexity of plan and information that can be utilized and see from a challenge with the complexity of plan and information that can be utilized and see from distinctions. Partner to utilize the eyes of AM technology. Guideline can grow the precision of information of ISO 8402 can improve particle based prerequisite military of defense. The Ministry of Defense Union to support the network to computerize the back, the middle through the supply chain. Luckily, AM 3D print CAD program is to include heterogeneous information among the stakeholders. Supply chains, but Ministry of the Guard is challenged with the improvement of ISO guidelines that affect the advancements of AM and material among their supply chains. Hence, this affects the advancement of AM material among such supply chains. The theory address for MOD will be to discuss what benchmark ISO creates and a proficient supplier. The data